Hello, everybody, and welcome to the channel. We got some more post 1961 bats. We got the San Diego Padres going to Cincinnati for opening day, March 31st, 1998. And your starting lineups for this game. Let's take a look here. We got leading off for the San Diego Padres playing left field Roberts. Batting second playing shortstop Templeton. Batting third playing right field Gwynn. Batting fourth playing first base Gonzalez. Batting fifth playing third base Henley. Batting sixth playing center field Gaston. Batting seventh on the catching Kennedy. Batting eighth playing second base Flaherty. And on the mound batting ninth is Randy Jones. And for the hometown Cincinnati Reds, leading off playing center field is Rose. Batting second playing second Morgan. Batting third playing right field is Griffey. Batting fourth playing left field is Forster. Batting fifth doing the catching is Bench. Batting sixth playing third base is Perez. Batting seventh playing first base is Vata. Batting eighth playing shortstop is Concepcion. And on the mound doing the pitching is Johnny Cueto. Let's get down here to Three Rivers Stadium. Get this game started, folks. I'm sorry, we're not in Three Rivers. I forgot I'm using modern parks. Using modern parks here. So let's leave me these batters and stuff around here. And let's save this. We'll move some stuff around here. First time here. Sorry about this. Do a little housekeeping. Do a little housekeeping here. Move the catcher back just a little bit. And we'll move the batters up. Let's see if that's better here. Let's see if that's better. It didn't change much, did it? Did not change much at all. Trying again here. Trying to get that catcher and batter not on top of each other. Let's do the daily layout. Maybe that's what yeah, that's what it is. We gotta do both of them. Let's move the catcher back here. Now let's see if that's better. See if that's better. That's better. That's better. Now, you got Biff Roberts up, and in 1990, he batted .309 with 9 homers and 44 RBIs, and on the mound is Johnny Cueto. And this is Johnny's 2014 season, where he was 20-9. Sorry about that. Had to sneeze, guys. Got a cold. He was 20-9 with a 2.25 ERA. And here's the pitch to Biff. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. And he strikes Biff out. One up and one down here in the top of the first. Now you got Gary Templeton up. And Gary in 1985 batted 282, 6 home runs, 55 RBI. And he gets a hold of this. Where's this going to end up at in Cincinnati, Ohio? And that's going to be a base hit in the right field. Templeton's aboard here with a 1-out single. And that'll bring Tony Gwynn to the plate. And in 1994, Gwynn batted 394. He had 12 homers and 64 RBIs. And Templeton down there at second, down there at first. Let's see, 20. That would make it a 25 to steal. He's going to let Gwynn have that hole hit through, batting left-handed, see if Gwynn can come through here. That's going to be against a righty, a 17 and a 8. That's going to be a pop-up down to short. Concepcion makes the catch for out number 2. Now we got Gonzalez up. And Andrea in 2009 hit 277 with 40 homers and 99 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Morgan. He'll go over to first. And the Padres strand one. We go to the bottom of the first. Padres nothing. Reds coming up. Rose, Morgan, and Griffey. And in 1969, Pete Rose batted 348. He had 16 homers and 82 RBIs. And Randy Jones making his first appearance of the year. And in 1975, Jones was 20-12 with a 2.24 ERA. And here's the pitch to Pete. And that's going to be against the right lefty. Yeah, against the lefty, that's going to be a 24. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Tony Gwynn. And Pete's out of there for out number 1. As Ken Castro joins us today. Good morning to you, bud. Another opener, yep. Yeah, this Reds team, I think, is going to be pretty damn good. I mean, it's basically the 70 Reds. Big red machine, but their bullpen, got a nice bullpen out there with Dibble and Chapman. And their starting pitchers aren't bad. I mean, you got Reyes, you got Perky, Nolan, and Don Gollett. So not a bad team. It'll be interesting. I mean, they see how this Cincinnati powerhouse in the 70s matches up against most of the league. Because basically, like I say, it's the big red machine here. No doubt about it. And you got Joe Morgan up. And in 1976, Morgan hit 320 with 27 homers and 111 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Gary Templeton. And Templeton's going to bobble this one, folks. One of the best fielding shortstops in the game makes an error. And Joe Morgan's down at first. Let's see how long he stays down there. He's going to take off and run right away. He ain't wasting no time. That'll be a 56 or lower. He's safe at second. He's in there with the first stolen base of the year for him. So Joe's down in scoring position with 1 out. And Ken Griffey at the plate. And again in 1976, you're going to be hearing a lot of 70s here. Griffey batted 336, 6 homers and 74 RBIs. Like I say, he's got Morgan down in scoring position. And 1 out. Here's the pitch to Griff. And that's going to be a fly ball out to left field. And with Morgan's speed, he's going to hold at second. He'll score easily on a single. He's not going to try taking a chance and getting thrown out at third with 2 outs now. So you got 2 down and George Foster up. And George in 1977 batted .320 with 52 homers and 149 RBIs. Can he drive Morgan in from second? And nope, that's going to be another fly ball out to Biff. And the red strand one. We go to the top of the second. It's not. You got Henley, Gaston, and Kennedy due up here for the Padres. And in 2012, Chase hit .286, 31 homers, and 115 RBIs. And he gets a hold of this one. That ball is high. That ball is far. That ball is out of here, folks. Kiss it goodbye. He's turned on that one. Hit that over Griffey's head. And the Padres are up 1-0. And in 1970, he batted .318 with 29 homers and 93 RBIs. And all of a sudden, Johnny's got problems as he walks Cito as Legend Sports Universe checks in here this morning. Check out his great channel, folks, with his basketball, football, and baseball. And that'll bring up Terry Kennedy. And in 1982, Kennedy batted .295, 21 homers, and 97 RBIs. The Big Red Machine trying to get a ground ball double play out of Kennedy. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. Can they turn 2 is the question. And Kennedy beats out the relay, but they do get the runner out at second on a 6-4 put out. Now you got 1 out and Kennedy down at first. And Tim Flannery's up. And Flannery in 1986 batted .280, 3 homers, 28 RBIs. And that's a tailor-made double play down the short this time. Concepcion over to Morgan, over to Johnny, and that'll end the inning. We go to the bottom of the second. We got Bench, Perez, and Votto due up here for the Big Red Machine. And Johnny, again, get used to hearing 70s. In 1970, batted .293, 45 homers, and 148 RBIs as Beetle joins us. Check out Beetle's great channel, folks. He's been doing a lot of pocket pennant run. And Johnny's Johnny. He's going to win this match. And it's going to be Cueto because that's a fly ball out to Gwynn. Bench is out of there. That's 1 down. That brings up Tony Perez. And in 1970, Perez batted .317, 40 homers, and 129 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. Chase up with it, fires over to first. And that'll be 2 up and 2 down here in the second. And it's up to another Johnny, or Joey rather, Votto. Joey is batting .320, 36 homers, and 100 RBIs in 2017. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. And let's see if Tim can come up with this cleanly. And that'll be a 45 on a 7. Not the best fielding second baseman. A 45, a 7. That'll be fielding column 2. And he's going to boot it. That's an E4. So the Padres defense letting them down. That's already 2 errors in this game. Can the Big Red Machine make them pay for it? You got Davey Concepcion up. And in 1978, he batted .301, 6 homers, and 67 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Tony Gwynn. That'll end the inning. So the error doesn't bite him in the butt. We go to the top of the third. It's still 1-0. San Diego. You got Jones up. Then we're back to the top of the order in Biff and Templeton. And Randy Jones in 1975 batted a buck 33 with no homers and 4 RBIs. And that's going to be a double in the right field because we don't need no stinking DH. Randy Jones gets a leadoff double here. The Padres now with a runner in scoring position already up 1-0. We got the top of the order due up here. And Biff is 0 for 1. He struck out in the first. And that's going to be a pop up. Let's see. I'll assume that infield should be fielding column 1. 1, 10, 19, 22, 27, 36. Yeah. Fielding column 1. It's going to be a pop up in the foul territory down the third base line. Davey Concepcion goes over, makes the catch near the stands for out number 1. Jones stays put. That brings up Gary Templeton. And Templeton singled back in the first. And that's going to be a ground ball. Nope, that's going to be a line drive down the second. Nice play by Morgan. The runner does get back. Is he a PR? Nope, he's not a PR. So runner doesn't get doubled. So that's just going to be a line drive out. Templeton hit it on the button, but Morgan was able to get to it. Now you got Tony Gwynn up with a runner in scoring position, and Gwynn popped up the short his first time up. And that's going to be against the righty. That'll be a 17, and that's going to be a base hit in the left field. Let's see if Jones can score here. So let's see. A single in the left field. That'll be a 6. That'll be a 53. George with a decent arm out there, but Jones with good speed, especially for a pitcher. And he's going to score with no throw. So that's going to be an RBI single by Gwynn. And that's going to double the lead here, folks, to 2-0. So the pitcher scores, and now it's 2-0. And Gonzalez up with a runner down at first. And Gonzalez, he grounded out the second his first time up. And that'll be that's going to be a hit by pitch. And Johnny, I don't know if he's getting aggravated or not, but he had to go first and second. And 2 outs. And the man that took him deep back in the second inning, Chase, excuse me, is up. Here's the pitch to him. And that's going to be a base on balls. And all of a sudden, Johnny can't find the plate, folks. Bases are juiced here. Padres could bust this game wide open. It's up to Cito Gaston. Cito walked his first time up. Let's see what happens here. In the top of the third, already a 2-0 ball game. And this ball game is going to get out of hand quickly. Cito squares this one up, folks. And that ball is driven into center field. That'll score 2. The question is, will Chase get down the third here? 59. 59. And I don't have Pete Rose's arm right because it definitely ain't a 3. So we're going to have to go out here and fix this. So save. Messed up there with Pete. What's his arm supposed to be? Arm's supposed to be a 29. Arm's supposed to be a 29. A little behind the scenes here. Putting in the notes. Now back to the game. Sorry about that, folks. We got that straightened out. So, what was it, a 59, did I say? Let's see here. Yeah, 59. He'll probably get down to third easy with. Why didn't that change? Oh, damn it. I know what I forgot. Messing up here this morning. We'll get her straight. We'll get it straight. Forgot to change it down here with the individual fielding positions. And we got to do some copy and paste in here. There we go. Now we finally got it. Second time's a charm here. Second time's a charm. Now it should say 29 out there. Yeah. So 29 plus his 11. So he's going to make it down to third with no throw. So we're going to have first and third 2 outs, folks. And they just busted this game open, made it 4-0. Let's see if they add any more. They go out and talk to Johnny, tell him what the hell you think you're doing. He's due to lead off the third inning, but they sure don't want to go to the bullpen this quickly. They got a damn good bullpen. Kennedy, he grounded out to a force play his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down to first. And that'll finally end the inning. He'll take it himself. Joey will step on the bag. And it's now 4-0 as the Padres add 3 runs here in the top of the third. And Johnny's up. And then we'll be back to the top of the order in Rose and Morgan. Big Red Machine's getting it taken to him right now. And Johnny in 2014 batted 132 with no homers and 3 RBIs. And that's going to be a rare play, a 36 and a 33. And that's going to be a fly ball out to right field. Who's out there? Gwen's out there. And that's going to be a nice catch out there by Tony. That'll be out number 1. Cito goes down. And we're back to the top of the order and Mr. Rose. And Pete, he flew out to Gwen his first time up in the first. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes Pete out. 2 up and 2 down. Here comes Morgan. Morgan reached on an error and stole second back in the first. And that's going to be a pop up down his counterpart at second, and that'll end the inning. The Reds go down 1, 2, 3 to the top of the fourth we go. You got Flannery due up, followed by Jones and Bipp. And Tim's 0 for 1. He grounded out the shortest first time up. That's going to be a ground ball this time down the second. Matter of fact, that's going to be a swing and a miss. Johnny strikes him out. That brings up Randy Jones now. And Randy doubled and came around to score in that third inning. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. And Johnny seems like he settled down after that rough third inning. Can he strike the side out? Biff's 0 for 2. He struck out and popped up. And that's going to be a 1-2-3. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. He strikes the side out, folks. We go to the bottom of the fourth. You got the 3-4-5 hitters up: Griffey, Foster, and Bench. Ken's 0 for 1 flew out the left. And that's going to be a base on balls, and you don't want to walk any of these Reds. It's just asking for trouble here. So George comes up with a runner down at first. George flew out the left his first time up. And that's not what the Reds wanted. That's an easy double play ball down to Gary Templeton. Over to Flannery. Over to Gonzalez. That's a 6-4-3 double play. And that ends that rally before it even started. Now you got Bench up. He flew out the right field his first time up. And against the lefty, that'll be a 8. That's going to be a single. Of course, it's going to be a single. In the left field after the double play. So Bench is aboard here for Tony Perez. Runner on first. And 2 outs. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Templeton. He'll fire over to first. And that'll end the inning. Reds leave 1. We get to the top of the fourth. Padres still leading this game 4-0. You got Templeton, Gwynn, and Gonzalez due up here. Templeton singled back in the first. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. And that's 4 strikeouts in a row for Johnny. 5 in the game. Can he strike out the unstrikeable old Tony Gwynn? Be something if he can strike him out. He is popped up and singled and drove in a run back in the third. And that is going to be a swing and a miss. How about that? Johnny is on a roll. Just struck out Tony Gwynn. 2 up and 2 down here. And that's 5 in a row now. Struck out. Can he go? 4-6. Gonzalez 0 for 1. He is grounded out and been hit by a pitch. And that's going to be a ground ball. So he's not going to strike the side out. It's going to be a ground ball down the second. And Morgan makes a nice play. Fires over to first. And that'll end the inning. 1-2-3 goes to Padres here in the fifth. And we got Joey, Concepcion, and Johnny due up here in the fifth. Joey reached on an error his first time up. And we drop a dice. And that's going to be a base on ball. So Joey trots on down the first. And Davey Concepcion's up. And Davy's 0 for 1. He flew out to Gwynn back in the second. And this time is going to be maybe a base hit. Let's see here. Against the lefty. 10. Yep, that's going to be a base hit in the right field. Joey will stop at second. And the Reds are making some noise here in the fifth. First 2 batters are aboard here. And now with Johnny pitching so well, we're going to let him stay in the game. He's going to try to bunt both of these guys in the scoring position. First and second. See if he can get the job done here. And he's going to do it. That's going to be a nice bunt. Back to the mound. Randy's only plays over to first with Flannery covering. So now you got second and third and only 1 out. The Padres with a 4-0 lead will play the infield back. Only trying to give up 1 run maybe here and get out of this. Pete's 0 for 2. He has flown out and struck out. Can Pete do something here and drive in some runs? And that's a ground ball down the short with the infield back. 45 and a 9. I'm sure that's fielding column 1. And it is. And they're going to get the runner out. Nope. That's going to be a inning double play. Line drive, runner doubled off second. Ain't that a damn shame? Pete hits the ball right on the nose. And they double up Concepcion at second, folks. And that ends this inning. A line drive double play. Just not the Reds' day, it looks like, as Philip Reynolds joins us here. And it remains a 4-0 ball game. We go to the top of the sixth. You got Henley, Cito, and Kennedy due up here. And Chase is 1-for-1. Hit that home run back in the second. And that's going to be a fly ball out to left field. George has got it for out number 1. And Cito's up now. And he's 1-for-1 today. He had a RBI single back in the third. 2 RBI single, actually. That's going to be a ground ball down to Perez. He fires over to Joey. That'll be 2 up and 2 down. Now you got Terry Kennedy up. He's 0-for-2. Grounded out twice. And that's going to be another ground ball. This one down the third again. And the Padres go down in order. So Johnny settled down after that rough third inning. He set them down in order all 3 innings after that. But the Padres are shutting these Big Red machine out. You got Morgan, Griffey, and George up here. Morgan's 0-for-2. He reached on air and stole a base in the first. That's going to be a ground ball down to Chase at third. 1 out. Here comes Griffey up now. Ken's 0-for-1. He walked back in the fourth. And that's going to be a base hit down the third. He beats it out. So an infield hit for Griffey. Big George steps up to the plate. And George is 0-for-2. He is flown out and grounded into a double play. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Cito in center field. Now there's 2 outs. And Johnny finally cash in here and get the Big Red machine on the board here. He has a single back in the fourth. And that's going to be against the lefty. 11. And that's going to be a single in the left field. Griffey, will he try to get down the third? Will be the question here with 2 outs. With 2 outs, will Griffey try to get the third? So a single in the left. And again, with 2 outs, he's going to stay at second. That just ain't worth it. He can score on a single. He doesn't need to be down there to score on a single. So that's going to be a single in the left field. So now you got Tony Perez up, runners on first and second. 2 outs, though. And Tony's 0-for-2. He is grounded out twice. And that's going to be a big swing and a miss. That'll end the inning. The Big Red machine cannot cash in today. We go to the top of the seventh in a 4-0 ball game. We got the bottom part of the order due up here. Flannery, Jones, and then back to Biff at the top of the order. And Tim's 0-for-2. He's grounded out and struck out. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Davey. He fires over to first for out number 1. Here comes Randy. He started that big third inning with a leadoff double. Came around the score. Struck out in the fourth. And that's going to be another swing and a miss. And Johnny's up to 7 strikeouts in this game. And Biff Roberts is up. He's 0-for-3. He struck out twice and popped up. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Tony to end the inning. And again, Padres go down in order. We make it to the 7th inning stretch in a 4-0 ball game. You got Votto, Concepcion, and a pitch hitter going to be due up here in the 7th. Joey's walked and reached on an error. He's been on base both times. Can he do it a third time? Nope, that's a swing and a miss. Randy's bearing down here in these late innings. One up and one down. Davey steps to the plate. He's 1 for 2. He's single back in the fifth. And that's going to be against the lefty, a 10. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. Cito makes a nice running catch, robs Davey of a base hit. That'll be it for Johnny. They got to try to get some offense going here. See who's going to come off the bench here against the lefty Jones. Most of the righties are already in the ball game. Eric Davis is going to come off the bench. I don't know. Do we want to bring him out right away? Might want to try to save him later and when there's runners in scoring position. Yeah, that's what we'll do. We're going to bring in Brandon Phillips. Brandon will come in the game here. Where's Brandon at? There he is. See if he can get on board here. They need some base runners. One swing's only going to get you one run here. They need somebody on. So in 2007, Brandon batted .288 with 30 homers and 94 RBIs. And that's going to be against the 9. And that's going to be a fly ball out the... Nope, that's going to be a pop-up down the short. Brandon got under that one, folks. And that's going to end the inning. Pop up down the short. Now we got to see who the big red machine is going to bring in here to the pitch. What we got here? We got a switch hitter and 2 lefties. And I don't see bringing in Chapman in this situation. So I think they're going to go with Eastwick here. Try to keep this a 4-0 ball game. Like I say, Chapman's the only lefty they got. I just don't see bringing him in a 4-0 ball game. Let's see what year this is for Eastwick. 1976. Eastwick was 11-5, 26 saves and a 2.08 ERA. He's got the 2-3-4 hitters due up here. Templeton, Gwynn, and Gonzalez. Templeton's 1 for 3. Singled, lined out the second, and struck out. And that's going to be a fly ball out to George and left for out number 1. And that brings up Tony Gwynn now. He's 1 for 3 with an RBI single back in the third. And that's going to be a base hit in the right field. Gwynn's aboard here with a 1-out hit. And that brings up Gonzalez now. And he's 0 for 2. He did get hit by a pitch and came around the score in the third. Grounded out the second his other 2 times up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the first. 36 and a 5. Should be fielding column 1. And it is. And he does bat left, so that won't be a double play. That'll be, they'll get the runner out at second. So they'll get Gwynn out on the old the 3-6 grounder. But Gonzalez beats the throw down to first. So now you got 2 outs and Chase Henley's up. Chase hit the big homer back in the second inning to get the Padres on the board. He's 1 for 2. That's going to be a fly ball out to Griffey. That'll end the inning. The Padres strand 1. We go to the bottom of the 8th. The big red machine needs to do something here with the top of the order coming up in a 4-0 ball game. Rose, Morgan, and Griffey. See San Diego's upcoming schedule. They play 2 more games here in, in Cincinnati, and then they go on the road again to play the Cardinals. Pete's 0 for 3. He is flown out, struck out, and lined out. Remember, he hit into that tough line drive double play. So we dropped the dice for the second time today. And that's going to be against the lefty. 25 against the lefty. On a 7. That's going to be a base hit in the right field. Pete gets aboard here. Is that big red machine going to show some life, or is something bad going to happen again? You got Joe Morgan up now. And Joe's 0 for 3. He reached on the air and stole a base. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Cito in center. That'll be 1 down. And here's Griffey. Ken is 1 for 2. He's walked and singled. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Flannery at second. 41 and a 7. That'll be fielding column 2. And they'll get the batter out at first. That'll be a 4-3 put out. So now you got a runner in scoring position and 2 outs for George. And George is 0 for 3. He has flown out twice and grounded out. That's going to be a base on balls. So now you got first and second and 2 outs for Bench. He can make this a 1-run game. Give the Reds a shot here at it. Johnny's 2 for 3. He's one of the few Reds that's doing well today. He has 2 singles in the 4th and the 6th. And not this time, folks. That's a fly ball out to Biff. And that'll win the inning. The Reds leave 2. We go to the top of the 9th. It's still 4-0. Got Gasto, Kennedy, and Flannery due up here in the top of the 9th. Cito's 1 for 2. He had a 2 RBI single in the 3rd. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Out number 1 here in the 9th. And Terry's up. Terry's 0 for 3. He is grounded out all 3 times. And that's going to be the first fly out. That's a fly ball out the left. George makes the catch. 2 up and 2 down. And now you got Tim up, and Flannery's 0 for 3. He's grounded out twice and struck out. That's going to be a base on balls. They're going to let Randy pitch here, folks, so they're going to let him hit. He's pitching a shutout against a big red machine. So Jones is already 1 for 3. He had that leadoff double in the 3rd that started that big inning. And that's going to be a pop up in the foul territory. Johnny takes the mask off, makes the catch, and that'll end the inning. We go to the bottom of the 9th. It's 4-0 San Diego. You got Perez, Vato, and Concepcion due up. Tony's 0 for 3, grounded out twice and struck out. That's going to be a base on balls. That'll get the bullpen up here. They don't want to mess around and lose this game. They got Trevor Hoffman out there, folks. So Trevor's getting ready. If anybody gets in the scoring position, they may give him 1 run. And Joey's up now. He's 0 for 2. He has reached on an error, walked, and struck out. And that's going to be back. No, it's not. That's going to be a 2 balls and no strikes on him. And against the lefty in 21, that's going to be a fly ball. Nope, that's going to be popped up down the 3rd. Chase makes the catch out in shallow left field for out number 1. Here's Concepcion up now. And Dave It's 1 for 3. He has flown out twice and got a single in the 5th. And he gets a hold of this one, Davey does. And that ball is laced into the gap in right field. That's going to be a double. And with speed down there, he's going to stop at third. His run means nothing. Tony's going to stop at third. We got second and third here, folks. And 1 out. And that's what we saved Eric Davis for. Eric's going to come off the bench here with 2 on and try to make this a 1-run ball game. Out of the dugout comes Eric Davis. Let's see if he can get something going here. This may be Randy's last batter here, folks. Trevor down there, you don't want to blow this lead, that's for sure. So you got Davis up. Let's bring him out of the dugout here. There's Eric. And in 1987, Davis batted .293, 37 homers, and 100 RBIs. Here's the pitch to Davis. And that's going to be popped up down the short. Gary Templeton makes the catch in the dirt. That'll be out number 2. So it's all up to Pete Rose now. Can Randy Jones get the complete game shutout? Pete's 1 for 3. He did single back in the 8th, got robbed in that 5th. With 2nd and 3rd, he hit into that line drive double play. Pete's hit the ball hard his last 2 times up. Can he do it again here, folks? And that's going to be against the lefty. 25 and a 10. And that's going to be hit out the right field. Tony Gwynn goes back near the track, makes the catch. And that's all she wrote, folks. Randy Jones shuts out the big red machine. Take a look here at the box score. Reds had plenty of opportunities. Could not cash in. Could not cash in today at all. Hitting the double plays. And that one big inning by the Padres is all it took. This is probably the shutout. Yep, Jones throws the shutout. Yeah, exactly. I agree with you, Ken. Didn't see that coming from him. So the Padres, 4 runs, 6 hits, 2 errors. The Reds, no runs, 6 hits, and no errors. Tony Gwynn, 2 for 4. He had the big home run by Chase Headley to get him on the board. They were 2 for 4. Like I say, they just bunched those hits all together in that 3rd inning. Give the Padres credit. Old Johnny only had 1 bad inning, but that's all it took. They was 2 for 4 with runners in scoring position, left 5 men on base. The only 2-hit game for the Reds was Davey Concepcion. He was 2 for 4. They were 0 for 6 with runners in scoring position. They left 10 men on base, and they grounded into more than one. How many double plays did they ground into? Only 2 double plays. I thought it was more than that. Jones goes the distance, picks up his first win, 6 hits, no runs, 4 walks, struck out 3. Johnny drops to 0-1, 7 innings, 5 hits, 4 runs, walked 2, struck out 7, gave up the homer. Eastwick comes in, pitches 2 innings, 1 hit, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. Take a look here at the standings and the leaderboard. Not much to look at, but we'll take a look. So you got the Braves at 1-1, the Brewers 1-1, and the Diamondbacks 3-0 leading the divisions. San Diego's now game back of the Diamondbacks. Got the Reds are a half a game back. Rockies are 3. And let's see here. And you got Steve Finley leading with a 455 batting average. Got three players with two homers in the year. Hank Aaron and three other players with four RBIs. Of course, the ERA leaders was 0. Wins at 1. Saves are at 1. And Hank's leading in the MVP voting, and Randy Jones just took over the the Cy Young lead. Let's see what the next pitching matchup will be in this. I believe this might be a 3-game series. We'll take a look here. Next game will be on April 1st. Let's see here. Definitely ain't going to be Papelbon. I can tell you that pitching. It's going to be, let's see here. Where are we at? Cincinnati and the Padres. They don't play. There they go. It is going to be PV pitching, and it's going to be Gary Nolan pitching for the Red Zone, not Rio. So it'll be PV against Nolan. Do they play a third game here? They do play a third game. So game number 2 will be PV against Nolan. I want to thank Ken Castro, Beatles Eternally. Check out his great channel. Philip Reynolds, check out his great channel. And Legend Sports Universe, check out his great channel. I think that's everybody. If you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell for reminders. And on your way out, leave a comment and hit that like button. Until next time, you all have a great day and take care.